Calvin's a scary dude for sure. It's hard for me to get over the fact that Ricky is just destroying. So I would put him in that conversation the way he's playing right now, but Calvin definitely up there. It's going to take a special performance to get past Rick though.
Yeah, we're going to keep seeing new faces for the next, forever. Nick Gill told me first round when we played together that he had only had one practice round on this course, showed up, shot a 9 under, backed it up with a 12 under. He's got some good game. It's going to be exciting to watch him perform in this league card final round.
James is going to have to do what he's been doing all year, shoot a hot round. The guy's got the fire right now, and that's what he's going to have to bring. The one thing that he hasn't done this year is finish. A lot of lead cards, a lot of hot rounds. This time he has to do a final round against the Rickster. Hope we get to see it done. I want to see a battle down the stretch.
Sure. Is Ricky back? Yes. In this moment, yes. Even though he's saying his wrist isn't feeling great, in the here and the now, Ricky is very much back and a clear favorite to take the win.
Calvin is going to bring the heat. James is going to bring the heat. Field is going to be chasing, but I think most of the field is thinking best case scenario, second place.
The Ricky-Calvin battle is something that we're going to see for a long time. I mean, they're the two best players in the world, in my opinion. We're going to see them exchange blows through the round, and whoever comes out on top comes out on top. My guess is it's going to be the Brickster.
Hello and welcome to JomezPro's final round coverage of the Preserve Championship powered by Prodigy Disc. We're in Clearwater, Minnesota at the Airborne Preserve. You're watching the Disc Golf Pro Tour with Nate Sexton, Jermey Koling, and Paul Ulibarri.
And right from the start, we've got some pretty exciting news here, folks. For the first time ever, JomezPro will be covering the European Open. We're a little biased, but we believe that we are the sport's best post-produced coverage, and we're bringing that to Europe's biggest event.
Yeah, and if you're a Disc Golf Network subscriber, you're going to be able to watch next day Jomez coverage on Disc Golf Network right as it happens. If not,
well, if you're not a subscriber, you're going to be able to catch that coverage on August 8th.
For free on YouTube as usual.
Pretty course. Beautiful, floral, summer day. I mean, it just smelled pretty. It was hot, but we've got a very good scoreable condition here at the Preserve, and it's going to take a mighty score to catch this man right here. C1X putting, that is 100%. That's good because he's getting to the circle the most also.
Yeah, birdie rate is most of them.
Yeah, and that's really the stat that you're looking for. Calvin Heimburg and James Conrad, 4 shots back of the lead. They're going to need something special. I think if they can get in the 13 to 14 under range, you might be looking at something there, but it's going to take a monumental effort. These guys are going to need to bring the action and put the pressure on Ricky early. Also, C1X putting, James Conrad, 100%. And a little introduction of a player who has never cashed at the Disc Golf Pro Tour level, Nicholas Gill from Grand Rapids, Michigan, on our feature group, on our league card, last round at an event. How often is this happening lately? It's amazing to see. I'm here for it.
And he's doing it with a high scramble rate, first in the field right there. That's awesome. Hole 1, par 4, 708. You've seen it before the last couple rounds. Pretty easy hole. Just throw it as far as you can. Avoid the OB on the left, and you'll have a pretty easy shot into the green. You do want to control your speed coming into the green. That's when it gets tricky. You can kind of push to that circle's edge and have to make a tough putt. These guys are throwing it so far that they're having little putter shot in, about 190. Somewhere in there, 150 even, if they really push that left side.
Nicholas Gill's top in scramble, yet he has 1 bogey, I think, coming in, and James Conrad has 0 bogeys coming in. I don't know how that works, but either way, Ricky Wysocki, another 3 for 3 blast off tee shot here on hole 1, ideal position.
I think if you're outside C2 on a par 3, you might get credited for a scramble.
Oh, okay. So the percentage might be higher in that case. Yeah, because you've technically missed fairway. That's how it goes down. You miss fairway if you're not in the circle on a par 3.
It might be. That might be the case.
Either way.
This is a screamer. We're sure about that. We're not sure about statistics, but we're sure about that.
I was going to say, that's heading right towards Ricky, and it nearly landed on top of it. It's not a bad strategy for Calvin and Conrad to come up a little bit short of Ricky and put those approaches first, really close to the basket.
Smoked.
Yeah, nice turn on that. Are we going to see those other two come into frame?
I
Not
don't
quite.
think so. Those
Not
two
quite.
are elite distance. James, a lot of distance. Other two,
Yeah.
elite.
Yeah. Not quite that straight finish on the distance driver. This is my first time watching Nicholas throw.
And as I alluded to in round 2, it took me a few holes to really recognize what was going on. But when I started seeing him making putts and just hitting his line shot after shot, I was like, okay, this guy's actually like really good. I've never heard of Nicholas Gill. We had played together one time before, so I guess I had heard of him, but I didn't remember much.
Yeah, sure.
It just blew me away. He was out there just cleanly shooting a 9 under.
It's a solid shot. Anything inbounds here, really, if it gets a forward flight, is going to be fine. You're in range. Ooh, nice little reaction, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. C1.
It could have been just as long on the backside if it missed those limbs.
How many did Nicholas start back from Ricky? Do we know that?
6 is my guess.
6, okay. So he's going to have to just get everything.
Oh, it would have to be a Parker Welk type moment where he just plays out of his mind and gets a little bit lucky at the right time.
Exactly.
But certainly, like, 13 is not enough. Like,
No.
It's got to go really crazy.
Bonkers. Ricky.
A little loose, but that gets
Yeah, that's
pin
fine.
high.
Yep. Rick's been very solid inside C1 all week. Not missing a single one. Calvin, that is an unfortunate missed up and down with such a great drive.
Yeah, it is. Is that a new hat for Calvin, or have we been seeing that?
I think he wore it in round 2, but I've never seen him go with the bucket cap until this tournament.
That's a beautiful putt there. Calvin, the big kind of mess up he's been having this year is that low putt.
And last year too. It's been a theme of his in the past. Speak of the low putt devil. And Nicholas Gill also banging up the basket. Okay, so little angsty vibes here on the first hole.
And James picks up one quick. That's what he's got to do.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep.
The guys are awake. I'd say James is awake for a better reason. The other guys are, he's awake going, wow, I got one on everybody. The other guys are getting a little jolt of frustration to get their round going, possibly.
That is what's nice about hole 1. It really kind of starts off the round. It's hard to park it and then just have a drop in. You're always going to have some tricky little 24-footer with the limbs and stuff. And James arguably missed the hardest putt or made the hardest putt on the hole. So that was good momentum swing.
His putting has been phenomenal.
Yeah, what we got here, Nate?
Double Mando, little woods hole going straight away, 318 feet. I think that backhand is the best play if you can push it down that right side and elevated basket to make it interesting at the end.
This would be a great time for James to just center cut it, and that's not center cutting it.
It does kick straight down, but you gotta force that left to right movement on this straight line if you want to access the biggest part of the fairway, as Ricky's trying but not successfully doing.
Wow.
Well, now Calvin can pick one up and be within 3.
Don't love it.
Don't love it. Don't love it at all.
Everybody's left. Not everybody. Can it swing a little? No. Wow. Very pedestrian start.
Yeah, this is like what my cards look like. What's going on right now with the lead card?
Maybe you still do have it, man. Maybe you still could fit in on a lead card. You know? See the positives where you can.
Good little up. These are all going to be little dinky ups. No one's messing this up.
Yeah, that would be.
Unless they could try to run it.
That would be pretty catastrophic from where they all are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect anybody to get too frisky.
Well,
He does look like he wants a little bit, but he's not. He's just laying up.
yep.
This is on the harder half of the holes on the course, coming in as the 7th most difficult. Doesn't mean that it's difficult. Just the way that the rest of the course plays. This one,
It's definitely annoying. This is the most. I think this is the most annoying hole on the property.
annoying.
But in a good way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No, it's just like it's easy, very easy to miss this hole. It is such a specific shot down that tube, and it's easy to pump it through and go deep and then miss your putt. Like
Yeah.
it's a small gap, hard to bogey.
It's a very honest birdie.
Yeah, yeah.
There are some
Yes.
ways you can squeeze through that left side, but for the most part, most of the birdies you're seeing are good, hard-earned birdies.
I feel like when you step out on the tee, also on hole 2, it's almost like you feel like it's a must get, and it's totally not. But the distance makes it feel like, oh, I
Yes.
got to get this one,
Yes.
and then you never do.
You just never, ever do. But you do ever do birdie this one. Hole 3, 408. It's right there in front of you. If you've got 408 feet with a fairway driver or even a mid-range, you're probably going to be going with those. Trying to throw the right-hand backhand down the right side. Maybe a gentle flex to keep the disc to avoid the big skip left, but that little hillside left of the pin makes a lot of those drives race away from the basket. There's that little baby flex. Does it have enough bite at the end? It's going to try.
60. Look like that blue marker over there. Height was wrong. I think you were right. The angle looked great.
Ricky is not hitting his line yet. This is working-ish. Yeah, that's working-ish.
If that was a fairway driver, he was in trouble of the OB, but I think because of the mid-range aspect, it stayed straight, because I was worried right out of his hand. I wasn't sure what he was throwing. This could go in, I guess.
I guess it might.
I mean, that looked perfect.
It is perfect.
Yeah, Calvin's pretty good at that shot, at that distance. And at any shot, at any distance, Calvin's also good at those too. But specifically this one, he's the man.
I like this.
Yeah, it looks like it's unwinding just right at the right time.
And that's what you're going to get from Nicholas Gill. You're going to get a lot of shots that kind of look like that. Kind of throws his whole body into the shot, and it just hits the line.
Ooh, so close.
Great effort from James.
Do you guys get the feeling that James would birdie this hole more if the fairway was half as wide? Like if it was near, if it was more of a tunnel, you know?
Yeah, and if it had a low ceiling too, maybe.
I feel like, I don't know, you know?
okay.
I don't know if that's...
A dormant alert.
Yeah.
Dormant alert.
Yeah. There it is.
That's what you're going to get from the Gilster. Okay? This guy just gets it done. But yeah, this is a little head scratcher going on here for Rick. I think he's certainly thinking in his head, first 3 holes, I got to be at least 2 down. At least 2. Some way or another, you got to pick up 2 of those first 3. Pretty simple start.
I'm very surprised that James nor Calvin are at least 2 for 3.
Yeah.
Very surprised there. I think Rick's got away with a little bit here early to still have a pretty substantial lead with those mistakes.
Hole 4, par 4, 746 feet out through this gap and then hard to the right. You'd like to get your drive into the area of these 3 trees so you can set up this tunnel shot all the way in to the basket. One of the harder holes on the course, in my opinion.
Yeah, third most difficult according to UDISC stats. So our slow start could get even slower with more pars unless somebody comes up with something big here. This is turning, but not enough, and that is starting to do the hyzer fade thing, which makes access to that gap quite challenging.
I think this is maybe the funnest hole on the course because it doesn't matter. As long as you get out of the gap, it doesn't matter where you land. You're going to have some sort of tricky shot into the green. Like, you'll have a chance. You know what I mean? It really makes you shot shape in there. I think it's pretty fun.
And the risk reward is great.
It's a wonderful hole.
Mm-hmm.
Nicholas kind of crushed that.
James flirting with that inside line, kind of gets some early limage, but fights through it. And like you said, Paul, he's going to have something.
Up and over, maybe even.
Yeah, it's going to be a really tricky backhand Anheuser gap, but
I feel like if Ricky threw like this is still going to be so good, I think. But if
that's
Ricky
really
has that
good.
power that if he could get that higher, I feel like he could crash that gap
Yeah.
with the way that he throws like those power Anheisers.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
very fancy. Not going to work, unfortunately, but
Yeah, but you see what I mean? It makes James Conrad throw like a flip roll
Yeah.
right away. Like, you don't see that very often.
no.
are you guys a little bit surprised that more of these big throwers?
Oh, wow,
nice
Calvin.
shot, are not taking the roller off the tee. I feel like if you had as much power as these guys, nice flippy one, you could roll it into the mouth of the tunnel.
I think that log changed things up quite a bit.
I don't think Rick's having any issue getting over that log if he wants to, but the turnover looks easy, doesn't it?
Well, it's starting to look like a really solid play right about
it's
now.
looking pretty smart.
Did you guys see Calvin almost make that kind
I
of?
did see a little bit
That
of
Just
that.
all
was-
air from back there, too.
Yep.
No skip.
And that angle, you could see Nicholas Gill just out driving the prime landing zone. Didn't have too much fairway there to shape the shot that he needed to come into the green.
That looked like it shot off. Oh, wow.
Nice recovery.
It looked like he hit that branch right in front of him, but obviously he didn't.
It's going to remain bogey free. See what Calvin has left here. And
Man,
2 of the first 4 holes just didn't really trust the height.
it's just not how you write that comeback story.
Got to capitalize.
Big birdie there from Ricky. Big birdie.
And that time, that was just to stay even with Ricky on the hole. On hole 1, it was a big-time opportunity to get 1 stroke closer.
I mean, Ricky, every single birdie is so important for him because it just keeps everybody at bay, and he's already so far ahead. He's got a big lead on second and third card. Nobody's doing anything on this card, so every single birdie is so valuable because you know there's going to be somebody out there just pushing.
Oh,
There's
totally.
got to be. The conditions are just way too good.
Yeah, wind is down
Yeah.
today. On to hole 5, par 3, 275, breaking slightly left. Probably the perfect shot might be that little forehand that we saw you hit that ace with, Jerm, because it does tail back right just slightly. But for a play to shallow C1, backhand will do just fine. Just kind of come across the front of the screen and see if you can make a putt.
After playing the funnest hole, this could be the most boring hole.
Really?
I like this hole.
I think.
No, not
Well,
most
This
boring.
this hole ate me up, and I like the challenge of it.
Well, no.
Rick's not
What I
bored.
mean by boring, let me explain myself, is it's a specific shot. There's no fun in games. Like, you can't just be an absolute shot maker. You either throw the hyzer or you throw a flex shot.
okay.
So it's like, you know, it's obviously fun when you hit that shot, and
Sure.
you can make it technical with the sidearm. But there's no like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna throw roller. I'm gonna
Yeah. It's woods.
have options. Yeah.
Calvin went with an overstable putter. I think he went with his Toro there instead of trying to flip up a putter down the middle to get one straight. That tree that's right in line with the basket right now is a very common bunker that you see a lot of these straight shots hit. This is going to be challenging that bunker right now. And James, I think he went through the center of it.
He did.
And so what Calvin did there by throwing the Toro is he controlled the speed and stability.
Expertly.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was trying to catch up with what Ricky was doing. I missed the...
Oh, you didn't see this
he
for
just
drive?
hit
Yeah,
early.
he hit real early, took a kick.
I think I was looking down at the stats for a moment. I must have missed it. But yeah, either way, good recovery shot.
This is tough.
I think he's going to have to go about 10 feet up in the air if he wants any chance to try to slam dunk it.
Go. So hard to get the height right with those kind of shots.
Tell you, this is a tricky 275.
Mm-hmm.
It is right there in front of you from the tee pad. You think kind of in the way that hole 2 kind of plays that trick on you, where it's like, okay, I see you. You're right there. It doesn't seem that tricky. It plays quite tricky.
It's the kind of woods par 3 we need on the tour, I think.
I wholeheartedly agree with you.
Same.
It would be nice if a few more courses could drop the 700-foot, 800, 900-foot par 4s and then just throw in a couple of these. Maybe not 275 every time, but just there should be at least one hole in every course that's less than 300 feet, in my opinion.
I think a front 9 short one and a back 9 short one is
Kind of what we got here at this course. Ricky's still holding on to a 3-shot advantage. Heading into the second most difficult hole on the course. Hole 6 is a 695-foot par 4. Hit this initial gap and try to stay on the left side of this road if possible. As soon as you start breaking over to the right, your angle for the second shot going down this narrow corridor is just eliminated.
This guy fell to second, huh?
Yeah, this one fell to second.
Okay.
It has been the most difficult hole on this course for essentially every year that this hole has been.
Is it
in play.
14 that's taking the mantle?
I'm not going to tell you.
It's
Why?
got to be 14. I'll say it.
It's
That
14.
looks,
It's hole 14.
Oh, that is a great
Yeah,
kick
that
off
is.
that route.
Really nice. The distance might have kind of worked itself out, but I think that you guys are right. Left side is paramount.
Eat these little trees.
Oh, James, that just needed to get past that last limb. I think he would have loved that result. Seems a bit overturned and has found one of the several bunker trees that are kind of scattered along this fairway. And I believe this is his zone.
Wow.
In round 1, he birdied this one, I believe, zone.
This is not a zone.
This is
Not anymore.
Flying high.
I like the body language, but I think he's a bit anxious.
Yeah.
Oh, misfire.
And this is all about the kick now. Saw Cottonwood there floating across the screen. I thought for a second Calvin's disc was levitating.
I think he's going to be...
Ooh.
Creativity here from James. What is this going to do?
No one knows.
It's off.
Okay.
Ricky also looking up. There is opportunity to kind of throw like a sky roller that just kind of lands vertically. And if you go high enough, it kind of takes all the speed and forward momentum out of the shot. It kind of plays like a reverse spike hyzer.
Rick seemed to like it.
I saw somebody do that in my round. They threw it to the side over there, then threw a big time sky roller that rolled right over here, hit the bucket, jumped up chain high.
Who did
sat
that?
back down.
Wow.
Jermey Koling did. It was awesome. Didn't hit a tree.
Oh my
Wow.
God. I completely forgot about that.
Oh, he doesn't.
Can you tell me the story again,
Paul?
Paul?
Well, Calvin's upshot was beautiful. And I kind of talked over that. I think he did get a good kick on the left. That's going to save him big time. I'm curious to where Ricky ended up.
Yeah, that's it is so hard to tell. Making catch cam Josh really work for any sort of visuals here.
There's a lot of places you can get to on this hole. My experience today, I would say I spent less than 1 second on the fairway.
Oh, wow.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, man. This is for birdie?
Inside circle, and Ricky
Whoa.
steals one.
Okay. Well, that'll do a lot for what was once a slow start to kind of get you round in the corner. He's birdied the hardest 2 holes that we've seen, I would say.
As Ricky does. I mean, the Scramble King comes in with a Scramble Gem, and James keeps his Circle 1 percentages alive and his bogey-free streak alive with that putt.
Yeah, I feel like that putt for Ricky really counts as 2 strokes. This is dang near plays as a par 5. You don't see a lot of birdies on it.
Little shout out to 12 players birdied this one, but one Anthony Brella threw one in from 131 feet. Always an exciting watch here on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. If there was anyone who had a full send mode button that's just been jammed pressed and it just cannot be unpressed, it is Anthony Barella. That button is stuck on full send.
Yeah. I think he likes it that way.
We all do.
Hole 7, par 3, 390. Straight as she goes here over the rock. You're going to just try to get your straightest flying disc. Send it down here. Try not to peel left or right late, as there is some rough on the right and some trees that can make the putt a little bit difficult on that left side.
5th easiest hole. Definitely one you are looking to get here on the front nine.
I don't think there's anybody who throws quite like Ricky in the sense that I really believe with his mid-ranges and his putters, it's like he's throwing catch at 400. Like other people are actually throwing as we watch Calvin. Like this is going to be roped on a line. But I feel like, you see
I don't
how
want
that's
to
a
catch
throw?
that. Yeah, I don't want to catch that.
Like when Ricky throws, it's almost like a...
It's wristier.
Yeah, it's wristier, like he's legitimately playing catch. I don't know that I've ever seen anybody throw like that.
His follow through is 100% unique. Is 100% unique redundant? Because if something's unique, isn't it just always 100% unique?
Yeah, I don't know that you can be 50% unique.
I'm going to throw a shout out to an old timer that's the closest that I've ever seen. Ron Russell.
Oh,
Had a really throwy
yeah, for sure. Great shot from Nicholas Gill, outclassing the rest of the card there. I guess Ricky's in a similar range.
So Nicholas is not 100% unique in his drive there, I would say. More like 50.
Or 25%.
Kind of needs this one.
Yeah.
Not
Just
kinda, he needs this one.
outside the circle, Calvin. Oh, don't see too many left or right misses. That one hit high right side, just not quite enough hyzer at the end.
Good putt. I think that if Nicholas can stay away from the bogeys, get a few birdies coming in, try to keep the nerves on the wraps as Ricky gets another birdie. That's very important birdie, especially. I mean, Calvin's the dangerous one on this card.
Yeah.
He really is. He's the one that you're looking at. James 2, but Calvin's the one. But anyway, Nicholas, if he can keep that going, find himself getting himself a little top 10 at the end, it's a successful
Oh
tournament.
my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah.
His first
success.
cash
Yeah.
ever, top 10? That would be remarkable. I mean, currently in 12th place with that birdie hit. But I mean, the back nine, we've talked about it. It's quite open for scoring. And I think that if you can get through 8 and 9 with 2 birdies, I think he's setting himself up really well to have that top 10 finish.
Yeah, I think hole 8, if you play it smart enough, it's one of the easier holes on the course. If you just play it smart, you can throw it really far right, get in bounds, and then let your distance take over from there. Throw it as far as you can. Then you're looking at 360 or under into the pin, and you should be able to take care of that business. So it's all about landing in bounds on this tee shot.
Ricky,
and that looks heavy on the hyzer.
And he already knows it. Unless it gets lucky again, he is going to be out of bounds going to the drop zone. Yeah, that just was coming in too much steam.
See, that's what's so crazy about these guys with the big distance. I feel like you can aim way right.
Yeah, you could
And
just
there's-
send
and
it into
like
the woods.
a mid-range.
Almost brushing this bush with a hyzer.
Yes.
Like almost that literal, like directly
sure.
right.
For sure.
Or throwing a turnover into the woods, would even probably be all right.
Because at least you're getting the distance. Even if you do have a bunker with a high grass in your run up, who cares? You've gotten 400 feet, 450.
Like this is just such an aggressive line to me. Because a 1 foot slip, and that's in the water.
Yeah, because
I mean,
if
he
you don't get
peers
your
it.
turn,
This
it's
is so-
fantastic.
so good.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Sure.
It's hard to doubt a shot like that, but I do understand what you're saying. It's Calvin trusting the distance, trusting the turn, getting everything there. But the fairway is so fast. It is so easy to do what Ricky did. And just even if he had 2 more skips in the fairway, that was probably still going to go out of bounds.
Yeah, no, and I only say it because I saw a lot of big time distance players this week do that same thing and go out of bounds left.
So we saw Garrett try to save the par yesterday, and it had a really nice shot from the drop zone. Ricky has overturned, and I mean, just not even a prayer from back there to save the par now.
I wouldn't say not a prayer. I mean, how far do you think he has in?
I think he is nearly 600 feet.
Really?
Then
That
there's
thing
a
was
prayer.
That thing was flying a while. It's the only thing that gives me pause. Maybe if he lays a roller.
Oh,
Okay, barely hanging on.
Ricky just throws it so dang far.
He does.
That there's a roller play always here down
Yes.
that right side, and he can throw a 700-foot roller. You know what I mean? Like he has that in the bag.
I really shouldn't say. I
I
tend
hear
to
you.
do that. I just am thinking I did go out of bounds and I threw a really long second shot and I throw far and I still had 517 into the pin. I remember just like shooting it with my rangefinder over and over again thinking I must be wrong. There's no way.
Sure.
Nice shot.
No, it's a definite.
And with Ricky hitting the foliage, I'm thinking there's no way he's also 517 with hitting the limbs, but maybe he is. And if he is, then it very much is possible for him
Here
to
it
get up and
comes.
down.
It's looking rolly.
Great shot from Calvin. He's got a very easy birdie coming and most likely bogey for Ricky unless this
I
misses.
like a lot about this.
A little heavy.
Overturned, I think. Yep.
Yeah, but that was doable.
I sit corrected that it was very doable. Unlikely, but possible.
Yes. No. Let's give him a 2% from there.
And
If you
I-
gave him that same disc 6 times, he's making a putt from somewhere.
And he's approaching a putt. You just can't practice anywhere.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And I actually agree with you this time.
Oh, tough roll for James Conrad. He's gone down near the casual relief water. I don't think he made it all the way into the water, but there are some awkward rocks over there.
And it smells funny.
And it smells funny.
Ooh, good sit there for Calvin. It's an interesting rule. I was looking this up because I was thinking casual relief. You have to take that on the line of play, do you not? But this one they play as if it was OB, right? Where you go in there and you take it directly back out.
Okay.
Upon inspecting the rule book, there's something called a casual relief or casual area, and there's also something called a relief area. And a relief area is played like out of bounds with no penalty.
Interesting.
Casual area is played on the line of play.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
That's a good lesson there.
That is a good lesson. I think one thing that's cool is Calvin might be able to get 2 on the Rickster right now.
Oh, he is inside the bullseye,
Ooh,
and
good
Ricky's
putt.
already laid up.
Yeah, nice putt there. It was a good up and down from back by the water.
Yeah, he just barely got over the water on the second shot, and that leaves, I think, nearly 350 to 360.
It's actually I was there, so it's about 380.
380, okay.
380, yeah, it's pretty far.
Yeah, great up and down to put it inside the circle and make the putt. And there is the 2-stroke swing in Calvin's favor. And just like that, he's back to 3. Conrad's still holding on, but he's got to make something happen here. Just opportunity right there in front of him, knowing that Ricky was going to take the bogey. He's got to get up and down.
Hole 9, par 3, 406 over the lake. Easiest hole on the course. Still?
77% birdie.
That is amazing. I still just can't get over it. I know that the hole is easy, but 406 and there's water around. I just can't believe how many people birdie this thing.
89 of the 116 play count.
Here comes another one.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the 89.
Yeah, why is this hole so easy?
It's just got a lot of things going for it. It's pretty open on the hyzer. It's got the nice soft grass there that can kind of collect the hyzer. It's not too fast of a skip.
And I think in a way at the MPO level, the water almost makes it easier because you're like, oh, well, you wouldn't want to ever throw it short.
And look at that. Nicholas Gill and Calvin are barked.
Yeah, they are. It forces you to bring the height, I think, with that long grass being OB. So the water, you think of it as intimidating, but I think maybe it actually works the other way.
Definitely the most popular hole on the course, I'd say, as far as Instagram's concerned.
Great spectator area.
Yep.
And they got the vendors over there, too. It's a place you can hang out all day long.
In its defense, though, somehow, oh no.
Wait, what?
James coming up woefully short.
Yeah.
I knew that was left, but I didn't think it was that short.
It's got to be like a 335 carry to the OB line. That's just a boneheaded mistake there from James.
This doesn't look good either.
No. Neither one of these guys are going to be barked at all.
Well, I was just going to say it's held up against the ace for a few years, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of hole
okay,
9.
you keep hanging on there, hole 9.
Yep. And it's done. This is the last time that these guys are playing it.
James? Something's off. That's going to be the first bogey for Conrad.
Best case. I mean, he has still a little bit of work.
Yeah, I mean, at first hole over par, I should say.
Yeah.
Don't look now, but Calvin's doinked a few putts, and he's only going to be 2 back.
James does have at least an open alleyway here for the bogey.
And still keeping one of those percentages intact. But yeah, that is a frustrating first bogey to take. Last round lead card on the easiest hole. One of the top 5 easiest holes on tour. I mean, he's in that 2.3 range.
Yeah, statistically, it probably is. And I just never thought we'd be saying that about a 406-foot hole.
No doubt, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles here on tour. Calvin, 2 back of the lead, 9 holes left.
He really shut that gap quick, out of seemingly nowhere.
Whoa.
It felt like he was just doinking a few.
Look over there at that Cole Redon and that Eagle McMahon.
They're on the
10
same
through 12,
card too, I
10
believe.
through 13.
Feeding off one another right now.
And tied for second place at the moment.
You guys were talking about the conditions being good and somebody going to be out there shooting the hot rounds. Look on that leaderboard right now. There are a bunch of scores with people still having holes to play that are putting together some low numbers. I want to say that it's not quite catchable, but crazier things have happened.
Thank you to the Founders Club. We've only got 9 more holes here at the preserve. Can Ricky hold on, or are some of those chargers going to make things interesting? Come on back.